What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And you know, as this DCU starts to unfold, where James Gunn is building out this universe as the creator, okay, I think he's going to need to have somebody else do the talking for him, okay? Because he's not coming off cool at all whatsoever with this particular situation. As you can see with this article on Variety, James Gunn confronts uproarious DC backlash. Disrespectful outcry will never affect our actions. Man, this guy needs to find like a PR person to speak on his behalf, okay? To try to soothe this whole fan base over, put some band-aids on these wounds, okay? Because right now he is not doing good, okay? He probably needs to get Peter Safran to do all the talking for him. Hey, Pete, man, we about to get rid of some more popular characters real quick. I need you to type up a tweet for me, all right, bro? You just put it on your Twitter, I'll retweet it, and we'll just see what happens, okay? Because apparently I'm really bad at this. I mean, this guy needs to find a PR person or somebody that knows how to handle difficult situations and kind of smooth over the customers, okay? Because you're dealing with the customers right now, okay, James Gunn? You're not dealing with actors. You're not dealing with your producers or your big top dogs like David Zaslav, okay? You're dealing with the actual customer. And you're sitting up here spouting off stuff, talking about disrespect, you know. Let's go ahead and read through this because this is absolutely crazy. Just a few days after James Gunn announced that Henry Cavill will not return as Superman in his plan for the DC Universe's future, he has addressed the uproarious and unkind backlash to the recasting. And he says here, we were aware that there would be a period of turbulence when we took this gig, and we knew we would sometimes have to make difficult and not so obvious choices, especially in the wake of the fractious nature of what came before us. Gunn posted on Monday on behalf of DC Studios co-CEO Safran and himself. See, right there, I would be like, Pete, I need you to jump in here, okay? All right, you the politician, you the one that's got to deal with all the smooth talking, the money making and everything like that. I'm just the humble creator. I would get all the way up out of this. But Gunn is an active Twitter guy, okay? He's constantly on Twitter. He got in trouble from being on Twitter, if you guys remember back in the day, okay? That was where he did his thing. And to a certain extent, I understand it and maybe even respect it a little bit that he's willing to get on and engage with the people. That's actually a good thing. But yo, you ain't saying the right things right now, bro, okay? You just messing this thing up, making it worse for yourself and Warner Brothers and DC fans in general, okay? So let's go ahead and read through the entire tweet and see what James Gunn has to say. So he started off with the whole uproarious and kind, to say the least, right? He continued, our choices for the DCEU are based on what we believe is best for the story and best for the DC characters who have been around for nearly 85 years. Perhaps these choices are great, perhaps not, but they are always made with sincere hearts and integrity and always with the story in mind. See, now that's cool. And honestly, I don't think he's like all the way wrong with it, all right? Like the DCEU was absolutely in a tough spot, okay? Like it was a tough nugget to crack. The Snyderverse, man, it has its issues, okay? Let's all just be honest about that, all right? Yeah, we liked it, but it had issues. There were some movies that worked, some movies that didn't, some characters that worked, some characters that didn't, okay? So to take it on and try to, you know, change it and morph it into something that would work going forward, that was a Herculean task, okay? That was going to be hard work. And going back to this tweet a couple of weeks ago, this is what I thought they were going to do. He had the opportunity to build upon what has worked for DC so far and to help rectify what has not. And one of the things we said worked was Henry Cavill as Superman. You could reboot the entire damn franchise if you want to, but Henry Cavill stays as Superman. There was going to be a lot of hard work to do it, okay? There's no question about it, but you had to do it, in my opinion, to make sure that the fan base was cool. But if you couldn't do it, you can't get out here and get mad that the fans are upset. Back to this tweet, he's saying that the choices are made with sincere hearts and integrity, always with the story in mind. Again, I appreciate that. I can understand where he's coming from a little bit. In my opinion, he already had his story written. You know, a lot of us do that. We sit around and speculate, you know, how would we do Superman if we had the opportunity? You know, that's what James Gunn, as a writer, as a creator, as a movie producer, he's probably sat back on his bed, leaning back just like, man, what would I do with Superman? Oh man, I have so many ideas, things that I would do. I would take this character, I would do this with him, that with him. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you do, sitting around brainstorming, thinking, okay? That's what James Gunn did. And even if he never wrote it down, he had some thoughts about it, right? And these thoughts apparently never included a older Clark Kent in his 30s somewhere, okay? It was a younger Clark Kent, Superman, starting out as a cub reporter for the Daily Planet. That's where he wanted his story to start. No one loves to be harassed or called names, no kidding. But to be frank, we've been through significantly worse. He talking shit now, okay? He's like, this ain't shit. Y'all ain't did nothing to me. I don't feel nothing. And you know it's some fans out there like, oh, you've been through worse, huh? Challenge accepted, bro. Yeah, let's go into this thing on this Twitter. Disrespectful outcry will never ever affect our actions. You know, what will affect your actions is a bad box office. Bad box office, not making any money, will absolutely 100% positively affect your actions, okay? And that's the thing that he's not getting. And maybe he, again, needs somebody in a PR move to kind of step in here and do the talking for him, all right? We were aware there would be a period of turbulence when we took this gig, and we knew we would sometimes have to make difficult, not so obvious choices, especially in the wake of the fractious nature of what came before us. Again, I'm not disagreeing with that, okay? All of that stuff that he just said right there, 100%. He's right. And that was going to be a difficult move for anybody that took this job. Anybody that got this job was going to have this problem, okay? It's a tough problem to have. It's a great problem to have. It's also a tough problem to have. But this means little to us in comparison to our jobs as artists and custodians in helping to create a wide and wonderful future for DC. Here's the thing. Like, a little grace goes a long way when it comes to talking to people, especially your customers who are going to be paying money out of their pocket to go and watch your material. Okay? And when you've done something that rips their hearts out, right? Like recasting Superman, their favorite character in this whole damn franchise, okay? And you're saying we're not going with Henry Cavill, even though Henry Cavill just came back, that's tough, all right? Like, if that Black Adam post-credit scene and all of that stuff never happened, okay, if that never happened, I think James Gunn would be all right. That was an unfortunate situation for it. Like, man, if that never happened, I think he's actually in the clear at this point. Because he's like, yeah, we're just doing a whole new universe. We're just scrapping everything and moving forward. Yeah, sorry, Henry Cavill really wasn't in our plans. But because he had just came back, I think that's the tough part, all right? Because a lot of fans want to see that thing continue, okay? That's what a lot of us fans really, truly are looking to see happen. We wanted Henry Cavill to come back. He came back, and now you're snatching him away, all right? But here's the thing about it, and, you know, this is a lesson to all of us. There's an old saying, you attract more flies with honey than with shit. And for me, I was kind of waiting to see what his reaction would be to the whole, you know, fire James Gunn hashtag. I was waiting to see how that was going to play out. How is he going to respond to that? Because this was actually the opportunity to bring some fans along with you, okay? You're not going to please everybody, but those that were like, man, I really love Man of Steel. I'm a passionate fan of Henry Cavill as Superman, and you let me down, bro. I'm like kind of feeling like I don't like you right now. This was the opportunity to just kind of give a little bit of grace, understand where they're coming from, not shit on the fans, not to complain about the hashtags and all the name calling and the disrespectful outcry and all of that kind of stuff. All right. Not to do any of that, but to actually, you know, bring people in. Guys, I get it. Okay. It's a tough call. I understand that. I'm right there with you. I wish I could have kept Henry Cavill with my plans. I really wanted to. But at the same time, I feel like for right now, the best forward movement is to get a younger Superman. That's my plan. That's my idea. I might be wrong. I hope you guys give the film a chance. I'm really putting in a lot of work with this. I hope that it's going to be fantastic. I hope you guys love it too. Hopefully you guys will come along with the ride with us because I'm excited. Peter's excited. All the folks that are down here at DC, David Zaslav, everybody's we're really excited for what we have to show to you, the fan base. And listen, we're doing our best job. Trust me. We're going to do everything we can to make this the best thing it can be. That's how you answer this question. Not, you know, disrespectful outcry will never ever affect our actions. That's just the wrong answer, bro. It's the wrong way to approach this. Okay? Again, a little bit of grace goes a long way, especially especially when you're dealing with your customer base. But anyway, folks, what do you think about, you know, the response from James Gunn and the, you know, quote unquote disrespectful outcry coming from passionate fans who are just mad that, you know, he basically pulled the plug on their generational Superman, okay? The Superman for this generation, the one that everybody loved. What do y'all think about how he's responding to it? Are you going to run out and go see his movies now? Whatever the case is, go ahead, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. See you next time.